Kirk Cousins, not expected to return to Minnesota next season. What does that mean for the NFC North, and what does that indicate for the Minnesota Vikings? Sounds, you know what it smells like? Smells and sounds like a rebuild. It's a rebuild. It quacks like a duck. It walks like a duck. It's a duck. It sounds like a rebuild. Looks like a rebuild. It's a rebuild.
Then it must be.
It must absolutely be a rebuild. And you know what? Kirk Cousins, I know he's a guy that gets a lot of flack as being mediocre or a guy you can't win with or a guy who, when the lights are brightest, he crumbles. But Kirk Cousins, it actually surprised me to see this. Every single year that he has been a starting quarterback in the NFL, he has thrown at least 25 touchdown passes.
It's pretty good, actually.
Including 3 with 30-plus touchdown passes and 4 Pro Bowls. So this idea that Kirk Cousins, losing him wouldn't be important for the Minnesota Vikings. A lot of seasons he has done every single thing that he can do for the Vikings, or back when he was with Washington, and he was just let down. I looked this up. In 4 out of his 8 seasons as a starter, he had a bottom 10 defense, and 3 of them had a bottom 5 defense. So that just goes to show that there's a lot more when it comes to quarterbacks than just Kirk Cousins. Do I think Kirk Cousins is elite? Absolutely not. But when we're talking about, I would probably put him, if we're ranking quarterbacks overall, based on my ranking, not necessarily what they did last year, he would probably be in the Jared Goff tier or something like that. I think Jared Goff was much better last season, but Kirk Cousins is fine and serviceable. And to act like this would be just no big deal, Kirk Cousins is leaving, that's a little bit of simple-minded thinking, if you ask me, because Kirk Cousins has actually been a very, very good quarterback throughout his career. And when it's all said and done, I know people are probably going to faint when I say this, there's going to be some discussion about whether or not Kirk Cousins, just based off of numbers, is a borderline Hall of Famer. I don't even agree with it necessarily, but that man, all the man does is put up elite seasons, at least in terms of numbers. Doesn't always lead to wins, but as I said earlier, it hasn't always been his fault. Sometimes it is. He's not one of the upper echelon quarterbacks, but he's not trash. Never been trash.